Diamond with Bubblegum Paper, and I'm here with another fun card featuring products from Mama Elephant and Paper Smooches. Now, I made this card for my really good friend Winnie. She loves to eat and loves to travel, and she recently came to visit me here in LA. So here's a quick close-up of what the card looks like, and let's get started. The stamp sets I'm using from Mama Elephant include the Pix's Favorites Little Bunny Rabbits, the Little Edibles, and these frame tags from Park Avenue, which is perfect because Winnie's from New York. And I'm also using the Get Outta Town stamp set from Paper Smooches. The first thing I'm going to do is draw some guidelines, and I'm doing this about an inch in from the right side and just kind of eyeballing where they should be vertically. And the reason why I'm doing this is the Park Avenue die cuts are a little bit thicker, so I want to make sure all my stamped images fit right in the center. So I've stamped the suitcases, and now I'm going to add the watermelon. And then I'm doing some stamp masking. So I want to show a bunny rabbit holding a little burger because Winnie loves to eat burgers. So I am stamping the burger on some Copic paper, and then I also stamped it on this orange Post-it note paper. I'm cutting out the Post-it note and stamping that right, covering the stamped image. And then I'm going to take the bunny rabbit, who's actually holding a plant, and I'm stamping her over the burger. So this actually makes it look like the bunny rabbit's holding a burger. Before I start coloring the suitcases, I decided to make a little bit of a checked pattern on this bottom suitcase. And this matches two handbags that Winnie and I purchased a couple years ago in Hawaii. We decided to buy matching tote bags and absolutely love them. Mine has somehow got some pink stain on it, so mine is now like pink, gray, and white, but Winnie's is still in perfect condition. So I'm just drawing in those lines, and then I will go ahead and use my Copic markers to color everything in. So as I start coloring, I'll put the caps off to the side so you can see what colors I'm using. I'm using a series of cool grays, peach, and aqua to color in the luggage, and then I'll use some more vibrant colors on the food. Now I chose this color scheme because it kind of matches Winnie's rolly tote that she brought with her on this trip. Normally Winnie doesn't travel with a suitcase and she just packs everything into this black travel tote, but for this trip I think she decided wheels might be a good thing. Winnie and I go way, way, way back. We were really good friends in college, and then we became roommates right after school and lived with a couple other friends of ours from school. And I moved out to LA a couple years after that on my own, lived in a tiny little studio apartment, and Winnie came to visit me really early on, probably like the first or second week that I had moved into that, after I had moved into that apartment. So I had like no furniture. I had a bed, maybe just a futon and a TV. I don't even know if I had any utensils, actually. I think I had some towels and maybe a knife or two. Anyhow, so we went to IKEA to furnish my apartment for the first time, and I bought all this furniture, like dining table and chairs and an entertainment center, and somehow we managed to fit everything into my little Saturn. Drove it home. Winnie was covered with chairs on top of her. She couldn't see where we were going, and we made it home. Then she was such a good sport and helped me assemble the furniture until 1 in the morning. By the time we were close to being done, we were both very hungry, and all I had was a watermelon in my refrigerator. So I took that watermelon, cut it in half, put each half in a giant mixing bowl, and we both sat on the floor eating an entire half of a watermelon each. I actually have a picture of this, not with her in it. I think she was smart not to get photographed with this watermelon, but I have a picture of me sitting on the floor with watermelons. So random. Anyways, in addition, every time Winnie comes to LA, she loves to eat In-N-Out burgers. So whether she's flying into LAX or flying out of LAX, we usually stop by In-N-Out and grab a burger or two. And this time was no different. Her very first meal when she set foot in LA was an In-N-Out burger. So that is why I'm focusing on the burger and the watermelon in this card. Now I'm going to set the rest of this coloring to music, and I'll be back at the end. Next, I'll die cut the frame tag, the largest frame tag from the Park Avenue die cuts. I'm running this through twice just to make sure it cuts all the way. And then I'm going to take the little bunny rabbit, and as the bunny rabbit is holding the plant for the die cut, it actually works for the burger as well. So I just run the bunny rabbit through, and then I have the die cut piece there. Now I'm just checking to make sure there's room for my sentiment, and I'm marking that with a little piece of washi tape. I'm going to use my powder tool to wipe off any static, and then I'll use Versamark ink to stamp on the sentiment. I'm using some Ranger liquid platinum embossing powder and just sprinkling that over top. And then there is some stickiness left over from the washi tape, so I use a little paintbrush to wipe that off. And then I set this whole thing with my heat tool and get the sentiment embossed. I'm taking some foam adhesive and cutting it in half and just adding it to the back of this frame. That provides a little bit more dimension, and it kind of makes it look like a picture frame. I also added some foam to the back of the rabbit. I took a standard A2 size card, scored it at the 5.5-inch mark, and then I glued the suitcase panel to that top folding card base. I'm adding the frame and then the rabbit, and the last thing I'm going to do, which I do in most of my cards, is I take a clear Wink of Stella brush pen and I apply glitter to the front of all my stamped images. I think we should all take a page out of Winnie's notebook and go travel, eat, and find our happy places. Winnie, thank you so much for visiting me in LA the week before my surgery. It meant a ton, and I promise next time we'll definitely hit IKEA. Here are some close-ups of the finished card. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks so much for watching. Here are two recent projects. One is a Get Well Soon card I made for myself, and the other one are some light-up goodie bags. You can follow me on social media at Bubblegum Paper or visit my blog at bubblegumpaper.com. Thanks again for watching, and catch you next time. Bye!